What's up, y'all? It's your boy DMR back at it with another one. This is a pre-recorded video, and I just wanted to speak about this for a minute. I've been meaning to speak about this for a while. It's pertaining to being a responsible grown man or being a gangster. And I'm gonna do a next video I'm gonna do is pertaining to being a man versus being a gangster. Meaning, is it easier to be a gangster, or is it easier to be a grown man, or is it harder being a gangster? Is it harder being a grown man? So the title of this is going to be Grown Man versus Being a Gangster. For one, I want to start off with good morning. I think this is October 10th, 2024. The reason why I'm going to make this video is because I've been thinking about this for a minute. But my next video is going to be about talking about various cities, including Chicago, because I think Chicago is very important, especially with this drill rap era and versus before drill rap, and everything I'll be talking about in my next video is going to be talking about the East Coast, where I'm at, New York area, Philadelphia, in Chicago, because I'm gonna tie everything into this grown man thing that I'm talking about. Okay, being a grown man is not easy, and I say this because it's not easy. It's not easy getting up in the morning, punching a clock, doing something that you have to do. It's not what you want to do. It's what you have to do. When you have responsibility and bills, and you have to be responsible on paying bills on time. Excuse me. Paying bills on time and meeting deadlines and all this and that. When you was home with your mom and dad growing up, or your mother or your grandmother or your auntie, you didn't have these responsibilities when you was in school. Especially people that is from my generation, which is Generation X. I'm the second to the last of Generation X. What do I mean? Our generation is getting older. The millennials are getting older. And the baby boomers are getting, soon as they say, they earn their wings in their later ages. But it's a lot of people that's in their 20s, they never going to see 30. Those people in their 30s are never going to see their 40s if they're doing dumb shit in the street or otherwise. So, I'm going to say this. It's easy being negative, but it's hard being positive. I want you to study that sentence. It's easy being negative, but it's hard being positive. It's easy to get up in the morning, go out here in the street, do some dumb shit, rob somebody, do something crazy, do something that you're not supposed to be doing. Go to the joint. The joint meaning going to the jail cell. Having a man tell you what time to go to the bathroom, what time to go to shower hall, what time to take a shower, what time to lock in for rec time and all of this stuff. Have I ever been to the penitentiary? No. Have I ever been briefly incarcerated. Yes, I've been detained, and that's something that I'm not going to elaborate too much on, but I will elaborate later on in my next video. But the next alternative is you doing the right thing, getting up every day, going to work, being responsible, paying bills, paying your car note, paying your mortgage, paying your rent, having them kids up early in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, to get them set for school. That's hard, but it has to be done. So I would prefer to be the grown man rather than the gangster. The gangster, and especially we know in our communities, the gangster, 7 times out of 10, he ain't got no money. When you talk about Italian gangsters, they have monies. They have monies. Whether it be from their criminal operations, they go start up a towel store, or they go start up a Italian pizza shop or a restaurant, or store that can benefit the community. Just like the Arabs and the Chinese and all of that. You got Chinatown, you got Arab town, you got Indian town, right? So, or you got those people that have franchises. When you talk about our community, you talking about them, as they say, the Pookie and Ray Rays that's standing on the block working for somebody. Now, when you're doing that kind of work, it may entail you getting sent to jail. It may entail you getting your life put on the line because of the activities that you partake in. And if you choose to partake into that, that's fine. But I'm just saying that's not for me. I would prefer to get everything from the rip, meaning from the muscle. Now, some people say the working man is a sucker. And that term comes from the Bronx Tale, which was a movie that came out back in 1993. It was called The Bronx Tale, about this Italian mafioso mob boss named Sonny. And it was this guy named Kilagio, the boy that was in the community. Well, I'm not going to get to it, but the Italian mafia boss had the boy Kilagio doing errands for him. And something happened where Sonny killed somebody in the community that was threatening the friend of him that had the baseball bat. Kilagio seen it. Sonny laid the guy down. Police came. The agents came. The detectives came. They lined everybody up that was from the Sonny's organization on the street in the Bronx. They asked Kilagio who did it. He said, I don't know, he didn't talk. So the mafia boss rewarded Kilagio, the kid, with monetary stuff from his illegal activities. Kilagio started getting comfortable with the money coming in, which he didn't have to really do anything for, but just do errands. So the mafia boss was getting his way, which I call the easy way, because you get up in the morning, you're a part of an organization that prides itself on making money. But if you're a good earner and you are a stand-up guy, you can go far in the organization. Just don't screw up. Because if you screw up in that life, you're going to eventually get your life taken, cut short, right? So now, the grown man gets up in the morning, he goes to work, he deals with co-workers that are not on his same page. He deals with racism if you're sometime black and you go to a company which is, predominantly Caucasian, and sometime you may have, some of these individuals might not like you because of who you are. And it can be vice versa for somebody else that's white that deals with some stuff on their job because of the perception of them being who they are. That's not true. So it could go both ways. So anyway, I'm saying this. The grown man deals with these things on a consistent basis, and he's trying to be positive. So being positive can be a hard thing, but you earn something while you're going through these trials and tribulations, which I call fitna. Fitness, trials, and tribulations. It makes you stronger going through these things because you see how durable you are going through these things. If you're not going through anything, you're not going to grow from the experience. Now, to the gangster's credit, when he get locked up and go to jail, he might experience hardships in jail, which everybody does. By his experience, he grow and he learn from that, which when he gets out of the penitentiary, it makes him a stronger person not to go back. That's in some cases. Some of these guys keep going back because they haven't learned their lesson. Plus, they're still young and they still got a lot of energy. So they reality hasn't set in yet. Plus, if he hasn't had a real serious background, he can keep going back because the charges aren't sticking. But eventually, as he gets older, he's going to get tired of that and eventually settle down and get tired of the dumb shit that he's doing and want to support his family. Okay, so that's to the gangster's credit or the street dude's credit. And that's 6 times out of 10. So, going back to the grown man, he's indulging in all this stuff and he's getting stronger doing it. But he don't have to watch over his back per se if he's involved in something that's going to cause him to lose his life or him to be incarcerated. Now, the grown man has to look to watch his back nowadays because in 2024, the grown man can be subject to attacks from people that don't have what he has. And they would like to take what he got so he can fall down on their level and make them feel good because he don't have it. These people exist. This is what any man that has anything has to be mindful of when they're going up the ladder. And that could be in the street or doing the right thing. And as we know in the black community, we have a lot of jealousy. And the black community can solve half of their problems, but they're not going to solve their problems because their communities, our communities, and I'm going to just keep it a buck. I'm going to keep it 100. A lot of our communities, black people communities in the United States, is plagued with jealousy, envy, and emotions. And this is why the majority of black people in the United States will fall. Because black people don't understand group economics. They don't understand unity and solidarity. And this is why we're seeing this stuff that we're seeing. Then you have people that are non-married. You have baby mamas. You have a situation, I know of an individual. She got 5 baby daddies. I know of a situation, a guy got 5 baby moms. And well, not him, but he's a part of that. He's a part of that phrase. So the girl got 5 men. She got babies by 5 different men. So you know how jacked up her whole chemistry is, because she got five different types of DNA passing through her body that will make her toxic. And you see a lot of toxicity in the black community. I'm just keeping it 100, y'all. You know, if y'all don't like what I'm saying, I'm sorry. I gotta speak truth to power. And I'm gonna speak it today. So now, going back, not going off track. Would you want to be the gangster or the grown man? I would pick being the grown man at the end of the day. Because to be honest with you, in society, especially the rate that this place is going, it's becoming to be the grown man in the street dude is on the same playing field, because we both have the same identity. What do I mean? We have the same face card. If you take a look at me right now, I have a jean jacket, I got a fitted, I got tats, and I got dreads. I got locks. I look like a street dude. I look like a guy that's out here, right? But you don't know I have 2 jobs. But I just like the look. And I might get some criticism, but that's okay. Because it's not about what you like, it's about what I like. So, I done cleared that up from the door. Would you want to be the grown man, or would you want to be the street dude? And a lot of grown men are street dudes. They just evolved into something that's higher and more powerful than they was. For example, Malcolm X started out as a child that wanted to be a lawyer. His 8th grade teacher told him that's not a realistic goal for a ninja, an N. That crushed his confidence. Malcolm then turned to the streets. He did drugs. He did all kinds of stuff. Hey, Manny, how you doing? You know, he was a hustler on the streets of New York. He was from Lansing, Michigan. He had a name in Lansing, Michigan, and in Boston, Roxbury, Boston. He was in the street. Gets locked up. Serves 6 to 7 years in some of the toughest jails in the United States. Gets out of jail. Joins the Nation of Islam. Stays in the Nation of Islam for 12 years. Evolves into something, as far as I'm concerned, higher. But his base was always from the nation, which made Malcolm a strong individual. And I do admit, in my opinion, Malcolm X was always strong. Even when his father, before his father got killed, his father was a part of the UNIA, which was headed by Marcus Messiah Garvey, which was the greatest leader in the 20th century. So now, Malcolm's life is a clear example of someone being a gangster to a grown man. Study his history, read his autobiography, get something from it. Matter of fact, that book is one of my famous books. I read that book from the front to the back. And that inspired me in certain ways. That inspired me to be a world traveler. As y'all know, my name is DMR. I'm sorry, DMR the Traveler. Well, I got inspired by the autobiography of El Haj Malik El Shabazz and Malcolm X. That inspired me. So again, I ask you, do you want to evolve from the street dude / gangster to a grown man? Or do you want to remain stuck like Chuck and being no boss without the hot sauce? Let me know. My next video is going to be about my opinion on Chicago drill music. It's going to be my opinions on what do I think about the climate of Chicago. And I picked Chicago because Chicago is a key city in the United States. And I've been to Chicago back in 1997. I was there at a conference. Anyway, I'm going to give my next video on my opinion on Chicago and Chicago drill music, and my overall opinion on Generation Xers versus the millennials. With that being said, it's your boy DMR signing off. If you like my video, hit the thumbs up. If you don't, thank you for your view. Have a nice day. Peace.